Yo. What's good, y'all? What's good? Welcome back to Grby Live. You boy Tweezy here, man, with y'all, man. Trying to go ahead and celebrate the guys that came out, showed out. You know what I mean? Put these guys on a pedestal so we can congratulate them. So before we get started, you already know we have to most definitely give a shout out to our partner. So let me go ahead and share our page. But man, welcome back, everybody. Welcome. I appreciate everybody tapping in with us this evening. We got Scott. What's up with you? We got Josh. Oh man, he said he caught his PB Smalley this morning. That's what's up, man. Gotta appreciate that. We got Dave in the building. Hey, what's happening? You know what I mean? Appreciate everybody tapping in. We got a few guys backstage that's most definitely going to join us this evening. And we're going to celebrate these guys because they put in the hard work, like I said earlier. And we most definitely going to celebrate them and see what's up with them for the future and what they've been catching them on, man. We're going to get these guys, we're going to pick these guys' brains. We're going to get the juice from them and see if we can learn from them and use their stuff against them. I mean, but with that said, let me go ahead and get started. Boom. Here it is, guys. You can find this page at grbyindiana.com/partners. We got to give a huge shout out to our partners. Hobie, Sun Valley Sports, Miller Tech, Moving Water Outfitter, Catch, and On the Water Innovation. And we have a number of other sponsors that help us out with these tournaments and series throughout the year. So there's discounts here, like this Vixen Fishing. You can get 35% off if you use Grby 35 at your checkout, as well as Biz Baits. You get 15% off, and Blues as well, and several others. So the only thing you have to do is click on this, boom, and take you right to the page. Not that page, but this page here. Take you right to that page. You can go shopping and then get you some discounts. So make sure you all tap in with our partners. And these are our main sponsors for this season: Catch, On the Water Innovation, Miller Tech, Moving Water, Hobie, and Sun Valley Sports. So guys, make sure you all get over there and check out those guys. Please help us help them, and they gonna help you help your fishing. So with that said, man, we're gonna go ahead and keep this party moving, man. We had 4 tournaments that we had going on this week. And then we also have to show our standings for the monthlies. And then we also are going to show you what's coming up next for the following week. And some of our Hobie hammers. These guys caught some big fish. And we want to celebrate them as well by giving them an entry into winning a kayak at the end of the season at the championship. So, man, that'd be awesome, man, for those guys that would catch those big fish and get them an entry into that Hobie hammer, man. So, man, with further ado, man, let's get this thing started. Here we go, man. You can find all of our tournaments on tourneyx.com. You can click here at the club tab right there, and Grby, GRBY, that is our club, and you can find us on the very, very top tab. So here it is. It lists all of our tournaments, and at the very bottom it also shows our upcoming tournaments as well. So with that said, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Let me drop this down. Then I am going to bring up our very first winner from last week's tournament. Boom. So with that said, man, our first tournament that we're going to talk about is West Boggs, man. West Boggs has been fishing amazing this past weekend. I was hearing guys catching 20 to 30 fish, man, at a time. well, in one fishing session, some catching some big fish, others just catching numbers. But West Boggs, man, is a place that I really love, man. And I haven't fished it lately, but man, it's been doing really well. So, with that said, West Boggs was presented by Vixen Baits. There, let me pull this up for us. West Boggs presented by Vixen Baits. Vixen Fishing, I'm sorry. There were 18 anglers in this tournament with 133 fish caught. 133 fish. And our winner putting up a 90-inch bag for last week's tournament, my boy Josh Christmas. What's up, man?
What's going on, everybody? How you doing, Antoine?
What's up, Josh, man? Yo, hey, you didn't I think this is your first time up here with me, ain't it? Or did you come up here before?
No, this is my first time. This is my very first win ever, so this one's kind of special to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's like you said, man. West Boggs Lake just in the last 3 years. I remember coming here when I was a kid, and all you caught was just little bitty fish, little bitty dinks. And I quit fishing it for a long time. I quit fishing, period, for a long time. So I fished when I was a kid with my grandpa, and we fished farm ponds.
Josh, just to hold you, pull your phone up. I can't see your face, man. I'm looking at your neck.
Are we good?
All right, there you go.
Are we good?
Yeah, well, a little bit.
My grandpa, he farm pond hopped. He never fished big lakes, and he never fished with soft plastics. He fished with hard baits, and he kept every fish that he caught. He ate them. So I thought that's how fishing was growing up. And then I got into the bass boat tournaments, man, and I just didn't really care for it. I didn't like everybody on the bass boat side, and not everybody, but it just seemed nobody wanted to talk to nobody. There was no communication. You didn't really have friends. It was more like you had enemies than anything. And then I met the guy that won the Grby championship last year, Kent Gross. I met him, and he told me, he said, "Man, you ought to try out a kayak." So I had my tax check, and I'd already blowed most of it, and I took like $200 and got on Marketplace and bought me a little Pelican. And man, away I went. 2 poles, a Pelican, and one little flat tackle box, and I thought I was going to be the next KVD, man. And I just started out with that, and I met Jeremy Hickman and JT Hickman, and I bought my next kayak, an Old Town Sportsman, off of JT. And man, I hit the ground running, and I haven't looked back since.
Man, that's exactly how it is, man. I kind of started off like that as well, but I was a bank angler for a long time. But
yeah, me too.
I got my first one, man. My actual first kayak was an inflatable. You know what I mean? So,
oh wow.
Yeah, once I punctured it, it was over. You know what I mean? I had to give me a hard kayak, so I got a sit in, then I got a pedal, and then I got the autopilot at this moment. But it's not about it's about you.
Shout out to all my Old Town guys, man. All the guys that I fish with, they use the PWR 129, and I've thought about getting that one, but man, I got my Old Town, and it does just fine. It started out as a paddle kayak, and I put a motor on the back of it, just a modified Minn Kota, and that's basically my setup. And I steer with my feet, just like you would with the NK300 or Torpedo. I can go about 3.5 mile an hour. I mean, there's faster motors out there, but I started out this year with this was the first year that I was really serious about it. I started fishing Grby last year, and like I said, out of the Pelican, and man, I got my teeth kicked in, but I was still there every weekend, getting my teeth kicked in, paying my dues, thinking, man, something's going to eventually change. And I started fishing with Jeremy Hickman. He's my best friend, and I owe everything that I have accomplished so far. I mean, if it wasn't for that man right there, I don't know where I'd be, because he just literally takes me out on the water, and he'll sit there and watch me fish and tell me what I'm doing wrong. And when you got somebody like that that's willing to invest time in you and really see the potential in you, Jeremy, we was on the phone the night before this, and he goes, dude, he said, you're going to show up to Boggs Sunday morning. He said, I'd like to see you put up 100 inches. He said, but you're going to put up at least 90. And he said, this is your weekend. And I was like, man, I hope you're right. But when I showed up, man, it was nothing short of magical that happened. I mean, it was totally, I thought I was doomed from the get-go. I pulled in the gate at Boggs, and I ran over 3 skunks. Just as soon as I come down the hill, there was 3 skunks run out in front of me, and I hit all 3 of them. And I was like, man, that's going to be a hard one to get rid of. And I thought, man, I'm going to get skunked and hit a skunk all on the same day probably. And but I launched, and I took off to my spot, and I launched at about 10 minutes till 6. So I was heading to my spot whenever lines in happened. I come around the corner, and I seen nobody was there yet, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to go there. And I started out throwing a crankbait, and I knew right away that I can usually pull up this spot and I can throw a crankbait within 5 or 6 casts. If I don't have at least a nibble, I know they're not going to bite that there. So the night before, I was getting all my stuff ready, and I just happened to grab my chatterbait rod and throw it in my van. And I normally don't fish a chatterbait on this lake, and I don't even know what possessed me to grab it and bring it. And I threw it I put it in the rod holder, and that was the next rod that I grabbed. Was the bladed jig, and it was all pretty much downhill from there. I mean, I set the hook on the 19, and I think my first fish was a 16 and a half. Next fish was a 16 3/4, and they just kept getting bigger and kept getting bigger. And I hooked into a really big one, and he shook himself off. And I'm still kind of learning to, when that happens, it's devastating, especially when you're in a tournament and you're thinking, man, I could really, really use that fish. And I kind of got down the dumps for a little bit, but I thought, you know what, you can do this. You got plenty of time left. So the chatterbait bite kind of died off, and I'm sponsored by Hog Daddy Lures, which is a jig company and a small soft plastic company out of Shoals, Indiana. It's owned by BJ Whaley. He's a bass boater. I don't know if anybody's ever been out at Dogwood very much. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was a club called the Dogwood Bassmasters, and there was a bunch of hammers. I mean, it was a lot of your retired guys that just went out and had fun, but I mean, realistically, there was a bunch of hammers in that group, and he started that. And every club that's ever started from Dogwood has kind of originated from that club. And but Hog Daddy Lures, I call it an all-purpose jig because literally, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning about line size. What size line to use on what size presentations, and I didn't realize that is a plethora of knowledge you have to have just to be able to make the right decision and keep a big fish pinned. And I use their BJ, the guy that owns the company. He fishes his jigs and he drags them off the bottom, but they have kind of a narrow tapered head on them, like a swim jig. And I find it best for when I use them is I put a cleanup crawl or like a rage crawl on the back of it, and I'll swim it like a swim jig in the water column. And when I say I'm new to this, like up until about 2-3 weeks ago, I didn't even know what the thermocline was. Last year I figured out why I struggled so much. When it got hot, I was still fishing on the bottom and everything, and I didn't know what the thermocline was, and I just didn't know. I was new and inexperienced. And my buddy Jeremy the other day, he said, you know what the thermocline is, don't you? I said, I have no idea what you just said. And he sat and explained it all to me, and I used that to my knowledge Sunday. And when I got looking at my fish finder, I seen that thermocline on there. I'm like, I see exactly what he's talking about. And you could see down there. Oh yeah, and it makes perfect sense when you explained it to me. And I just, I'm the kind of guy that if somebody wants to take the time to teach me something, I'm going to take the time to shut my mouth and listen. And but like that, I tied that jig on. The chatterbait bite had died off, and I tied the jig on, or had it tied on, and I grabbed my jig rod and I made one cast, and literally before it ever even hit, I let it sink. I counted maybe 5 and started to reel it. And I already had a fish on there before I even started to crank my handle. And I set the hook. And I realized right away that it was a huge fish. And I kind of lose my bearings whenever that happens. Like I get really nervous and really excited all at the same time. And I fought him all the way to the boat, and I reached down to grab my net, and it was caught on my foot peg. And I'm trying to wrestle this net off this foot peg and holding the fish with my left hand. And just as I get my net loose from the foot peg, I feel tink, and my line went slack, and I was like, oh no. And I just happened to look over, and you could see her tail. She was swimming away from me like she was waving her tail. Bye, see you later. And I was like, okay. I was like, that's 2. That's number 2 that I've lost. And I just turned around, got in my black pack, got the exact same presentation out again, tied it back on, made another cast, and caught 17 or 17 and a half, 17 3/4, something like that. And I sat there on that hole and caught several decent fish, but I realized that the fish that I was catching wasn't really going to help me any. I needed to find something big, so I went back to the spot where I was fishing with the chatterbait, and I pulled up there, and I come around the corner, and nobody was at that spot, and I was like, man, I'm gonna go fish it again. And I pulled up there, and I pretty well spent the rest of the day there, and I sat there and pulled fish after fish after fish, and up until Sunday, my PB was 19 and a quarter. And that was caught this year in March down at the Bluegrass Derby. And whenever that day we had that pouring down rain, the only people on the lake was crazy enough to be on the lake was me and Glenn Landstrom. And he stayed out there longer than I did, but I caught a 19 and a quarter, and that was my PB as of March this year. So today, Sunday, I showed up and I caught the 19 and a quarter, or 19 and 3/4, and the 20 and a quarter, and ended up beating my PB twice in one day. And I hate to say it, the fish that broke the line was a little bit bigger than the. I mean, I don't really have any way of knowing, but to me, I feel like that fish was bigger than the 20 and a quarter, because when that thing come out of the water, it looked like you could have shoved a basketball down its throat.
Mm-hmm.
And
you can tell by the weight of it.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like Jeremy was talking to me after that. He said, can you tell the difference in fighting a really big fish and fighting what you thought was a big fish? And I'm like, man, I just want to do that every time. But it's and I have a hard up until recently I'd had a hard time fighting big fish and getting them in the boat. Mainly because the way I was fishing, I was, being in a bass boat, and when the fish starts to come to the top of the water, you put your rod tip down, try to put your rod tip down to keep him from jumping. And somewhere along the lines, learning this stuff, I got my wires crossed, and so when I was fighting big fish, I was fighting with my rod tip kind of pointing towards the water. I had a bend in it, but my rod tip was kind of down. And I was losing big fish after big fish after big fish. And then here a while back, Jeremy, he said, next time you set the hook on one, he said, lean way back. And he said, get a good bend in that rod. And he said, let the rod do your work for you. And when I started doing that, the difference in that was night and day, man. It's like I can just pull them suckers right to the boat.
Yeah, see, your leverage when you're in that boat, you standing up, or you got a little bit more leverage, and I just say you're a little bit farther off the the surface.
Absolutely.
So when you set that hook, you are already high. So when you're in a kayak sitting down, a lot of times when I catch fish, I have to push that rod tip all the way up in the air. You know what I mean? Reel it all the way in and catch it up, and then once I catch up, you got to put that rod tip down in the water, so you don't let that fish jump. Because every time, man, as soon as they jump, they always fit that hook. It never fails.
Right. It was like I said, the difference was when I did that on that big fish, the 20 and a quarter, and I still had to play him. I still had to play him a little bit, but it was the difference was night and day. I mean, I could maneuver that fish where I wanted him to go. He didn't maneuver where he wanted to go. I had control of him. He didn't have control. And once I realized that, I was like, man, that's I'm just gonna start doing that. I'm not gonna fish the way I used to. I'm gonna fish that way now. Um,
Right, right.
and I was sitting there, and Jeremy, he had already fished. He was on the water as well, and he happened to come past me, and he said, "Man," he said, "I don't want to get you flustered or anything." He said, "But you just took the lead," and I'm like, "You, nah." I'm like, "You're kidding me, man." And it's I get to fish maybe 6 days a month. I usually fish on Sundays, and usually when I'm fishing, I'm in a derby somewhere. Because I work like today. I went to work at 5 o'clock. Didn't get off till 6:30 this afternoon. 13 and a half hours, and um,
Mm.
I don't get to fish as much as I'd like to, but I enjoy every time I do get to be on the water. And usually when I'm on the water, it's if you see me on the water, just take a look around me. You'll probably see Jeremy somewhere too, because me and him fish together just about every time we're on the water. We're together usually. We're wanting to do some of them team tournaments that Gene Jensen puts on next year. Um,
Okay.
Matt Kiefer was talking about some of them team tournaments that he went to. He said they're pretty cool, and I wouldn't mind experiencing some of them. And then um, I fished the SIAC event back in Patoka, and I qualified for the national championship for that. And that still blows my mind because I had one of the crappiest days on the water I've ever had. But that was the tournament that qualified for me for the national championship, and I didn't know it. I went to the Bahamas thinking that I didn't qualify, that I'd just come up just a little bit short because I was in a month long, and I fished that SIAC tournament, and I had no idea that SIAC tournament counted towards qualification for the national championship. So when I come home off the cruise, I get all these messages and said, "You qualified for the championship." I'm like, "No, I didn't." And they're like, "Yeah, you did. Your Patoka derby counted, and you qualified then." I'm like, man, for like a week after that, I was cussing Patoka Lake because I had a crappy day on the water. But I can't be mean to Patoka. I mean, that's what got me my qualification. So I guess I had a good day
Yeah.
on the water. It's all depends on how you look at it, I guess.
Yeah, and it looked like your skills is getting a lot better, man. Ever since she says you started up into this point now, though. So as you learn, man, it looked like you catching more
Yeah,
and more fish, man. So
yeah,
it
and it's
looked like you had big bass for a while over there at West Parks. I thought you
yeah.
had that, but David,
The guy, the David Mills, I think's his name.
yeah,
I seen he came past me, and I try to make a habit not to look at the score tracker when I'm fishing because I'm fishing, and but I just wanted to kind of take a look at where I was at, and I had already knew I was in the lead, and I just kind of wanted to gander and see what was going on, and I got to looking, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't have big bass anymore, and I seen there was a 20 and a half, and I'm like, oh man, that dude beat me with big bass by a quarter inch, but you know what? I was on. I mean, it is what it is. I'm happy that he caught that fish because if you catch any 20-inch fish you catch anywhere, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, that says something. That was Sunday was my very first 20-inch fish. Um, I think I told you that back this winter when I said I wanted to go fish Newton. I'm on the hunt for a 20 because I hadn't caught a
yeah,
20 yet. And I try to set goals for myself, like break my PB. Beginning of the year, it started. I wanted to at least stay in the top half of every derby that I fished in. Um, Consistency is key with me. I don't necessarily have to win, but every time on the water, I want to see improvement, or I want to feel
uh,
like I learned something. And not only Sunday did I won and I improved, but I also learned so much. Um, of if you don't take the time to, I know everything in a derby, everything is just bam, 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 bam. You want to get
yeah,
that
it's
fish
quick.
back in the water, but you still got to take the time to just calm down and say, okay, what's my next move? Because I don't know how many times I have lost a big fish and then literally just go berserkers trying to find another bait to try to get that fish to bite. And next thing you know, you spend an hour and a half to 2 hours on that one hole trying to get that one fish to bite again, and you've wasted 2 hours and didn't catch nothing. So I've learned, to just chalk it up, drive on, come back to that spot. That's something I've learned to do this year a lot is if you're on a spot and you know they're there and they're not biting, leave for a little bit, go do something, go fish somewhere else, and then come back to it an hour later. I mean, that right there, I did that 3 times Sunday, and it all worked out for me in the end. My plans when I got there, I was going to sit on that one hole, but if you're sitting there making cast after cast and you're not catching anything, we've kind of got a rule. If you pull up to a hole, and you throw a bait out there and you're not getting not getting nibbles from bluegills or something, then there ain't nothing there. You might as well go on. And Boggs is a bluegill lake. What a lot of people don't realize, Boggs, I'm pretty sure, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Boggs has any shad on it. Not that I've ever seen.
No, I can't say. I fished a whole lot. I mean, I fished it.
I know yeah.
Mostly.
I know there's a crap load of bluegill and crappie, but yeah, man, this lake is just I'm camping here all week, and I said I was going to use it.
Do you live close by there?
Yeah, I live in Washington, which is about 35 minutes away from here, which is kind of nice, man. It's within an hour's drive. I've got Boggs, Dogwood, Patoka, Bluegrass, Monroe, Bass Lake. Within an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, I can pretty well be in any major lake in southern Indiana. People say, "Oh, fishing sucks in Indiana. Fishing sucks in Indiana." I wish it was like Florida, man. I tell you what, if it was it would be nice to be able to, like places like Florida, show up on the water and catch 5 20-inch fish like it's not nothing. But man, when you've got lakes like this and it's a variety of bigs and littles, it really makes you work, and you realize that, okay, you've got baits in your box that catch small fish, and you've got baits in your box that catch big fish. And there comes a point in time whenever you're like, okay, I'm gonna put that other stuff down. I want to fish these baits that are catching me bigger quality fish. When I first started kayak fishing, I go out and catch 100 dinks and thought I did something. But no, it's a lot better when you can go out and catch maybe 2 fish and they're giants, Right. So I'm learning to sacrifice quantity for quality, and it's definitely helped me learn in the long run.
Yep, and it most definitely helped you get this win, because you most definitely got the biggest bag. So, matter of fact, congrats on that again.
Yeah.
Putting that 90 and a quarter. So, what's next for you?
I think I'm gonna fish the Dogwood Syak. I had it in my mind in the beginning of the year that I was gonna fish Boggs Grby, I was gonna fish Bluegrass Grby and Bass Lake Grby, but it's kind of just narrow. I've kind of just narrowed it down to Boggs because like I've said it once, I said it 1,000 times. I love this lake. I'm learning it, and if I qualify for the Grby Championship, which I think I'm going to, I think you have to fish 4 of one trail, right?
Yeah, you have to fish you got to fish a whole series, or I want to say a whole series, or fish 4 different tournaments.
Yeah,
if you bounce around. So
right.
Yeah, man. Cool. Well, man, I'm not gonna hold you. It looked like you learning a lot, man. Switching up them baits, man. You finally got you a win. You know what I mean? Putting all of that knowledge to use. So congrats on that. And I don't want to hold you up too much longer. We got some other people we gotta join on a live. So I hate to take you down, but we most definitely gonna talk.
Oh, you're fine, man. You're fine.
We're gonna talk off after this, because I do have some other things I want to ask you. Sound like you did good on the jig. The jig was your number one thing. You know what I mean? Keep using that to progress in this game, man. And like I said, congrats again, bro. And good luck to you and your endeavors.
Thank you. I want to give a shout out to my sponsor too, Hog Daddy Lures. If you get anybody that wants to check them out, hogdaddylures.com.
Okay.
They got some awesome.
You got a coupon code or something, or is it just the sponsor?
I think they're working on. They call me a pro staff member. I'm not a pro. I'm nothing near it, but I'm on the roster with them, and I believe in the jigs. And we're working on getting a promo, like a coupon code that I can give out to people, and that they can get on the site to. They've only been in business for, I think, maybe a little over a year. And the guy makes them in his off time. He works for Lowe's driving a semi truck, but he just does it in his off time. But he's pretty passionate about it. And if you guys want to check him out, check him out. If not, go ahead.
Yeah, Gramps say, don't be giving me the juice, man. I already got it too much.
You still got to take me, Pleasy. You still got to take me to Lake Newton. You still got to take me to Newton, bro.
Hey, we can do it. We can do it this month, man. I'm not in any monthlies, so you know what I mean. I usually don't fish Illinois until until I don't have anything going on in Indiana. So I'm pretty free in Indiana. Like I said, I probably do the SIAC, and then IKA got a tournament coming up. But other than that, I'm pretty much free and can go anywhere at this point. So yeah, we'll talk offline, bro. Let me go ahead and get everybody else up here. You know what I mean? I don't want to.
Thank you for the opportunity, man.
Man, and thank you for coming up and joining us this evening, man. And good luck out there. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Peace. Congrats again. All right, man. There go Josh, man, putting up 90 in the quarter over on West Box, man. Man, that was a good one, man. That was a good tournament. Like I said, it was 18 anglers, 133 fish caught. Man, I thought Jim was going to do his thing, man, and win this one. Mr. Strunk been doing his thing all season, though, man. He put up 89. He was right there with him, 89 and a half. Only if he could have got one more big fish or a couple inches, he most definitely would have pulled that out. But, man, big shouts out to Josh, man. He did his thing, man. So, man, we're going to keep this party rolling. We're going to move on to our next tournament. Summit Lake, one of my favorite lakes. Man, there's some big fish in there. And this one is presented by JBC Outfitters. There was 35 anglers with 146 fish caught. This also is, like I said, was presented by JBC Outfitters, quality select bait and tackle. So, man, with that said, man, I want to bring my boy up, who go ahead and put up that 88 and a half. My guy, Jason Woods, man. What's up, baby? Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate it, Antoine.
Hey, what's up with you, though, man? I don't think we ever been on a live, man. I don't think it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, so, man, big shout outs to you, man, for getting that 88 and a half, man. I appreciate you coming up on here, man, with me and discussing your day with me.
Yeah, they started out slow, man. I didn't have my first bite till around 10 o'clock. Of course, and I'm not one that I don't go out there just to catch a limit. Every time I hit the water, I'm big fish fishing, and that's just the way I do on summer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I never had a bite till 10 o'clock, and then they just started firing up. I didn't catch a bunch of fish. I think I only caught 7 or 8 fish all day, but
yeah,
they were decent ones.
Mm-hmm. You got 19 and a half and a 20 though, man. You giving up any juice? How you catching them big fish when you big fish hunting?
And I don't know if I'm ready to get my juice up yet.
You ain't got to give it up, man. You ain't got to give it up, though, man. I always got to try, though, man. You know what I mean? So
right.
So how was your day, though, man? I know you said it started out slow, but was it scorching hot outside? I know it's been hot out.
It wasn't too bad. We had a good breeze and a little bit of cloud cover. I wish we'd had more wind. I really like fishing that lake when it's windy.
Yeah.
But it all worked out in the end. Like I said, I didn't catch a ton of fish. I had the right bites and I fished clean. Well, and that's what got me there.
Yeah, that's what's up there. How's the grass, man? I know Summit always have a bunch of grass and it tops out in several places.
It's got a lot of grass right now, but it's not where it's normally at.
Okay.
We've had all this. Well, we had this high water earlier this year, and the grass was still coming on.
Mm-hmm.
But when we started getting all these cloudy days, and with the little bit of dirt that's in the water up there, it's usually gin clear, And
Yeah.
what weeds started out this spring, it seemed like it started killing a lot of those off for the lack of sunlight penetration. And where it killed those weeds off, and I usually catch them in the late spring, early summer. Uh, and there's this, I don't even know what it's called, this stringy crap that's growing in there, and you can't hardly fish it.
Yeah, you
So,
can't get nothing through it, man. I've been
yeah.
there and done that.
But
I love
the
swimming,
weeds
man.
are starting to come back a little bit. We've had these warm days, and that sunlight's getting through there. Them deeper weeds are starting to grow.
Okay, okay. I see that Biz Bates shirt. Are you on the team?
No, I'm not on the team, but
Oh, okay.
I fished. I like their buzz baits and their spinner baits, and
Oh yeah,
I fished their minnows and their minnow heads and stuff. So
yeah. I
yeah, they
just
make good stuff, man.
I like they sassy sticks, man. That's one of my favorite stick baits.
Yeah, yeah,
I use those a lot, man. I actually just got an order in, man, and they sent me a shirt as well. So I got a couple of those
yep.
upstairs. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So while I got you on, man, I want to give you a big shout out, man, for winning this tournament. You most definitely did your thing because Michael Luke, he always does well on Summit, man, and you beat him out. So I know
Yeah,
that was
Michael and Ryan Reedy, they're always nipping at my heels, or I'm nipping at their heels.
yeah, man. Look like Ryan. He didn't do so hot this time, man. I normally call him the silent assassin because he always big quiet guy, but you know what I mean. He always does
He
his thing
always
on
finds
the
a
water, man.
22, man.
Yeah, he always finds something huge on the water, man. So big shout outs to
Yeah.
you for winning that, man, and putting up some big fish, man. I'm not sure. Did you get big fish in this one?
No, I didn't. No, there was a
Oh,
20, yeah,
21.
21 maybe or something, 21 and a quarter.
Yeah, Clint got a 21 and a quarter, man, and that's
Yeah.
awesome. I wish I could turn these pictures upside down. I mean, the right side up. So see,
Right.
X is
Yeah.
always worried about this. You know what I mean? But while I got you on, like I said, man, I want to give you a big shout out for coming in second in the monthly as well, right?
Hey, congratulations to you, man, for that. What'd you end up with? 105 and a half or something?
Man, 105.75, man.
Heck yeah, man. That's a heck of a bag of fish.
Yeah. I was out there big fish hunting as well.
Yeah. Well, I had to that one there. I was more going for the Syak month long, and just trying to stay up in the top 5 in it. So I had to make a venture down to Bluegrass. That was my first visit down there. Man, that place is like Disneyland.
Man, it is, man. It is. I love bluegrass, man. I think I caught 99 inches earlier this year in one day.
Yeah, I think I went last Sunday or something. Now, I'd say that was the first time I'd been there, and I think I had 98 or 99 inches that day.
Yeah, it can do it to you, man. They get addictive,
Yeah.
man. You can see why Matt stay down there and just fish all day, man.
Right. I wish I lived down there, man. It's 4 hours from me.
Whoa, so you drove 4 hours to get down there?
Yes, I did.
Man, did you stay down there for 2 days, man?
No, I drove down there in the morning and went home that evening.
Oh, man, it must have been a long day. You was tired on your way home.
Yeah, it was fun, though. It was worth it, man.
No, it is. It really is. Bluegrass is a great fishery, man. It's about 2 hours for me, so you know what I mean. If I get a chance to go down there, man, I do. Most times, I'm usually fishing it for a dirt. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't get down there this month at all. So, it's always fishing good. It always is.
Yeah.
So, man, like I said, man, big congrats to you, man. So what's next for you?
Oh man, I don't even know. I'll probably get in this other month long. I'm gonna try not to fish a whole lot in July. I'll fish the I'll fish the other summit tournament in July, but other than that, I'm probably not going to fish much. I got some stuff I need to do around the house.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, man. I'm not, like I just said, man, with Josh, man, I'm not really doing too much this month. I'm not in any month longs, or you know what I mean. I'm gonna just do the dirt that come up, a couple of them, and
Yeah,
just do some. It's not my favorite month to fish, man. It's really hot outside. The fish is all scattered
yeah,
everywhere, man. And like you said, man, I get a lot of family things going on, chilling out. So you know what I mean,
right.
this month to just kind of relax.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do that, man. We got to take time for the family and do our own stuff.
Yeah, man, because I fish a lot, man. And I'm gonna try to sit back and try to hang out with the family a little bit this month, man.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna hold you up, man. I know I had you on for a little while, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. Look like you enjoying your day. Look like you're on vacation or something, man. Is that palm tree?
Yeah, we're down here in Alabama, Gulf Shores. So
Oh yeah, that's a good spot, man. I hear it's real good down there.
yeah,
Lovely place.
we're actually sitting outside of Dick's Last Resort, getting ready to go in here and eat.
Okay. Well, man, let me not hold you up too much longer, man. Congrats on all your success this past month, man, and this past week.
Man.
And man, you enjoy your vacation and have fun. All right.
All right, Antoine. Congratulations to you again on the month long win, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it. And like I said, man, enjoy your family, man. Get off of here, man.
All right, man. We'll see you.
All right. Peace. Man, I'm taking up his time, man. That boy Jason did his thing. He did his thing, man. So cool. That's what's up, man. We got some anglers that put up some big numbers this past week, man. Like I said, Jason, he put up 88 and a half, put up victory over 35 anglers. 35, man. That's a lot of people for one tournament, dude. So that's pretty sweet, man. He got a couple dollars he can spend on himself and the family while he out of town. And then Josh, he most definitely did his thing. So Bruce just hopped in and he said Dinner Bell is a damn good buzz bait from Biz Bay. So make sure y'all go and check out that Dinner Bell, man. I most definitely used it as well, man. I got a few fish off the Dinner Bell. That thing makes a lot of noise. But we're going to keep this party rolling, man. We got a couple more tournaments we have to discuss, and then we're going to get up out of here, man. So our next tournament that we're going to discuss is Lake Gauge, and it's presented by Complete Fisherman. This tournament had a whopping number of 7 anglers and 53 fish were caught. You know what I mean? And our winner for this week at Lake Gauge was Kevin Hobson. Kevin wasn't able to join us this evening. He's doing another tournament out in Michigan. I believe him and James is doing a tournament out there. But we want to give a big shout out to Kevin for putting up 74 inches and taking a win over there at Lake Gauge. So man, big shout outs to you, man. Next time I'm sure he'll be up here or get another win. He'll be able to come up here and join the party. But he most definitely beat out who I call Mr. Consistent. You know what I mean? James Miller fishing on Monday. He caught 72 and a half. It looked like this is a small fish fishery. Look like everybody called about those 15s and 16s and 13s and 14s. So, you know what I mean? But he did enough to get the win, man. So, like I said, big shout outs to Kevin, man. So there it is. We got one more tournament to discuss from this past week. Noya and South Mud presented by Stickman Baits and Tackle Shop. There was 22 fish, man. This lake always bring out the best in people, man. Always bring out the best. So 22 anglers, 103 fish were caught. So with that said, man, putting up 92 and a quarter, my boy, Mr. Consistent, James Miller, man. You know what I mean? Big shout out to James. James won't be able to join us this evening because he's out doing a tournament. He said that he probably won't have a signal. So, like I said, man, we're just going to give a big shout out to James. Like I said, Mr. Consistent, he always does his thing, man. Putting up 92 and a quarter. He fished on Friday, putting up a 1975, 1875, 1825, 18 and a 17 and a half, man. I'm not sure. And I think he got big fish as well. So there it is, man. 22 anglers, 103 fish caught. First place and big bass. Yeah, hey, man, he Mr. Consistent, man. Y'all need to learn something, man. Y'all better learn it from him. he always doing this thing out there, man. So, like I said, know you, man. It always show up and show out, and those guys did it, man. So, boom, there it is. We most definitely gonna keep this party rolling. I do want to talk about our monthly winners. Our June River month long is presented by Cheek and Bates, and our winner for that was Coach Brian Moore. He put up 99 and a half. He also almost put up a 21 incher, man. Smallmouth for 2075, man. I don't know what he's fishing, man, but that's a huge smallmouth for Indiana, I would assume. I don't fish for smallmouth often, but man, that's a big one. So a 20 and a half. Man, smallmouth are beautiful fish, man. They are like a work of art. Each one is like a work of art, man, in my opinion. They beautiful. They fight hard, super hard, and I know those fish put up huge fights. So, you know what I mean? Big shout outs to Coach. He did his thing. Man, look how beautiful that is. The spots, man, just beautiful fish, man. I'm doing some river fishing, man. This month, I'm doing some river fishing. We got the White River I'm gonna do. Yeah, so there it is, man. And then we got our last tournament that I'm gonna discuss. We kind of touched on it already. It's the Lake month long, and it's presented by Moving Water Outfitters. There were 18 anglers and 164 fish caught, and yours truly was able to come out with that big bag. Yeah, I mean, putting up a 105.75, catching a 21 and a half. Yeah, I mean, a 21 and a quarter. And 321s. I mean, I was loving this bite. You know what I mean? It was pretty consistent the whole month. And they was chewing, man. I caught smaller fish as well, man. Say I only caught 15, man, but I'm telling you, man, I hooked into a lot of big fish, man. It was some 20s that I couldn't even use at the time, man. You know what I mean? I'm catching. They was coming, man. I was loving it, man. I was loving that month. But like I said, I'm gonna take a little break this month. Maybe get back to it August. Just fish a couple derbs this month, man, and do some fun fishing. So if anybody want to go out, man, let me know. I might meet y'all somewhere. You know what I mean? So that's that. And I do want to touch on the Hobie Hammer for the week. I want to give a big shout out to Clint. Clint, he put up 21 and a quarter over at Summit. David, he put up a 20 and a half over at West Box. James put up a 1975. And Kevin Hobson, he put up a 15 and a quarter, taking the big bass of the week, the Hobie Hammers. Those guys got those entries until the end of the year for the tournament. For the kayak. So, man, big shout out to those guys. Congrats for catching those big old fish. So, boom. I do want to discuss Okay. So I do want to discuss our upcoming tournaments. So like I said, you can find all of our tournaments on tourneyx.com/Grby. And down here, it'll show you all of the upcoming tournaments starting on the 3rd of this week. So we still got a couple days for you to get signed up. We got Palestine Lake. Let's see how many people signed up for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, We have a total of 7 anglers signed up so far. So make sure you all get over there and get signed up for that. Let's see what's next. We only got 3 tournaments this week. Worcester. We got 4 anglers so far. So make sure you all go over there and get signed up for that. Then Eagle Creek. This is the one I might do. I might do Eagle Creek. I haven't fished anywhere else in a long time. So right now we got 6 anglers signed up. I think I might go ahead and sign up for this one and see if I can test my luck. So there it is, man. 3 tournaments so far. Then we also have our month long. Let me see if I can find Anna River. So the month long for July. We got 3 people signed up so far. I believe you have until tournament registration will be open for 15 days. So you have 15 days to get signed up for it. You know what I mean? So if you're going to fish the monthly for July, you got 14 more days to get signed up for it. And same for the river tournament, the river monthly. Let's see how many people signed up for it. Oh, look like Lewis already signed up. He caught him a nice little 16-incher so far. So we got 2 people signed up for that. I may sign up for the river, man, because I want to fish the river a little bit more. So, boom, that's that. I do want to touch on our AOI leaders for a second. We got our Northwest region. We got Cody leading the pack over in our Northeast region. Our Northwest region, we got Bob Goldsmith leading the pack. He tied with Chip. They best friends, so it's gonna be a heartbreaker, man, for one of them. But it might not since they boys. We got our Southeast region. Scott, he doing his thing, and then our Southwest region. Jim, he's leading the pack. And then you all can check out the rest of what we got going on. So there it is, man. That's what we got going on. Shout out to the people that won the team tournament as well. Let's see. Yeah, our team tournament that was going on. Shout out to those guys. It was on June 21st. Looked like Ryan Reedy's team won. Show me your bass. You know what I mean? Brian, Daniel, and Trent, man, those guys put up 170 and a quarter. So big shout outs to you guys for doing that. And I ain't got it up there yet. So there it is. Show me your bass. And 3 teams. So those guys did the best. Congrats to you all. I'm most definitely gonna let them know. But that was the previous week. So all right, man. I ain't gonna hold nobody up a little bit longer. So man, go ahead and get signed up for them tournaments. Check out the sponsors. We're gonna go ahead and end this joint here, man. So until next week, peace.